So I feel like I've already made a video about this on the channel before, but personally, my thoughts and opinions on Harley Reid and the whole entire situation of him re-signing they've completely changed. Like, I was very, very optimistic and positive that Harley Reid was going to re-sign with the West Coast Eagles. And a part of me still thinks that he very well might do, and I do think that there is still some love left for the club. But with everything that we've heard, all the reports over the last couple weeks to do with, him lashing out on the field, commentators and experts saying that from what they know, he's not happy there. Rumors swirling online that he actually had a really, really good relationship with Adam Simpson, and he just hasn't clicked with Andrew McQualter, as well as a ton of other things, including him potentially meeting with Sam Mitchell, have all led me to the thoughts and opinions that Harley Reid might actually not be re-signing with the West Coast Eagles and could be requesting a trade in the off-season. Again, this is a total disaster for the Eagles, because at the time of making this video right now, they're booty cheeks. And I'm a guy who, I swear the Eagles weren't going to be this bad before the season started, but there is problems everywhere right now, and I still feel like Andrew McQualter, I think, can be a very good coach in the AFL, but he has not been able to implement really any system right now with the Eagles, because not only are they, really young in certain aspects, but they've got a lot of veterans out there who just flat out look like they don't want to be there. Tim Kelly is a big one. Why does every time I turn on the TV, Tim Kelly is out here looking overweight, looking unfit, doesn't look like he wants to be there or try? And this is coming from someone who, I swear to God, I was nearly going to be on the My 600 Pounds TV show at one stage before I lost all my weight. And I'm looking at Tim Kelly and I'm thinking, why does this guy constantly look unfit and just constantly doesn't look like he's putting an effort and trying? You got other guys like Oscar Allen, who is flat out meeting with other clubs and having coaches from other teams fly over to Perth to meet with him. Again, there's so many disasters going right now for West Coast, and this is coming from a guy who I made a video talking about how I think they'll be, their future is much better looking than what a lot of people think it is. And now I kind of look like some freaking clown here right now, because currently the West Coast Eagles' best players is like Liam Baker and Jack Graham, and both of those dudes weren't even there last year. They're literally new players, and they look like they're putting in way bigger efforts than most of the players, and look like they're already 2 top 5 guys in their best and fairest. What is going on with this club? Again, I'll talk about the Oscar Allen thing in a situation, because that's something that I wanted to mention. But I saw a post here by Hawthorn Talk, which coincidentally, it technically came out on April Fool's, but it was reported like the day before. But he's saying, to follow on from the story that Sam met with Allen and Reid in Perth yesterday, it's understood that Harley Reid has requested a strong desire to return home to Victoria. And I guess this one says play under Sam Mitchell, but it's potentially under Sam Mitchell. Who is Snapchatting me, bro? You're cock-blocking my video. But again, I don't really know how good this post is. It kind of seems like bullshit. But again, these are the rumors that are coming out right now online, and I just got to talk about them because they're everywhere. But he goes on to say, or at least Hawthorn Talk goes on to say, the number 1 pick has expressed he finds the Hawks exciting and their ball movement fitting to his style. They're pretty exciting. Sam's a great coach and a great mentor. It's understood he's chasing a multi-year deal that could see him a Hawk for life. Again, this does seem to be pretty bullshit. It probably 100% is, but the reality is that this is not the only page that has mentioned that Sam Mitchell met with Harley Reid. They are everywhere. You could have literally gone on Twitter and, it's pretty obvious. Like, Sam Mitchell flew all the way to Perth to meet Oscar Allen, right? But I think there's more to that than just that. I think, yeah, he would have met with Harley Reid. I mean, Harley Reid being sat next to Sam Mitchell at the wedding in Victoria, I think it was, Tom Barrass's wedding, is no coincidence. I mean, Tom Barrass was dead set playing chess that day when he did that. And I mean, yeah, it's a wedding and you can just be like, look, they're just probably mates. They're probably just speaking about footy and shit like that. But there's always more to this. Like, I mean, we're all humans here. We all know that Sam Mitchell would have given him a little nudge and be like, hey, so are you happy over there in Perth? Because, I mean, shit, we're the number one team in the game right now. We're contending for a flag. We've got Carlton's first round pick, and they look like they completely suck right now, and that could be a top 5 pick. We could find a way to get you to the team, and it's just like, yeah. I mean, do I believe he met with Harley Reid in Perth? Yes, I do. Do I think this report saying he did is bullshit? Also, yes. I think a lot of the reports of people acting like they can confirm this are completely bullshit. We don't know if this ever happened, but I do theorize and I do think that whether we think Harley Reid is going to stay in Western Australia or not, and whether I was right about him wanting to stay, it doesn't matter, because I think that Sam Mitchell deliberately flew to Perth for more than just to meet Oscar Allen. I think there would have been another agenda there, and that was to probably meet Harley Reid. And I wouldn't be surprised if, as the season starts to go, he does meet more clubs. Like, I think Richmond go over to Perth. Yeah, Richmond will speak to him. That's an obvious. I mean, they have all the salary cap and picks in the world. I think when Essendon, if they have a game in Perth, they will speak to him. All of these things will, of course, happen. And whether they're even playing in Perth or not, it probably doesn't matter, because list managers will probably still just fly to Perth anyway to make this meeting happen. I mean, it's a very important meeting. You are talking about the potential best player in the competition in a couple years. And I know some people are saying he looks overweight and unfit and he doesn't want to be there. And whether or not any of those things are true or not, he hasn't been playing good footy. And I think that's a lot of different reasons that are factoring into that, because last year he was one of the best first year players I've ever seen play. Just the things he did. I mean, if he didn't even get suspended, even if he didn't get suspended, but you took those games away from him, the guy was still winning Rising Star. It's just because he got suspended, he wasn't able to win it. Again, the fact is, this guy he's a beast of a player. And Hawthorn, well, I thought Hawthorn, it would have been impossible to get Harley Reid. I just flat out thought it was. But then when you think about it really quick, yes, Essendon and Richmond have all the salary and all the picks in the world, and they should be the obvious favourites. But Hawthorn not only have the connections with Sam Mitchell and Tom Barrass, and I'm going to say Oscar Allen, which I'll touch on in a second, but they also now have a very good pick in Carlton's first rounder. They will have their first round pick next year. I'll guarantee you they have a ton of depth that isn't playing right now, and they'll have a player or two that West Coast will be interested in. They'll be looking to give up a lot to make this happen, and they're going to get Oscar Allen for free because West Coast won't match him. He'll, I think, move on to Hawthorn, and they'll, of course, get pick 2 and comp, most likely West Coast. So when you think about it, Hawthorn will still have their first round pick for Carlton, which could be a top 5 at this rate. I mean, they look terrible. And their future first, a bunch of players. They'll still got seconds if West Coast want to do that. And I think Hawthorn, if they got Harley Reid and Oscar Allen to the team, and their youth continues to keep going up, I mean, they could go on a freaking dynasty right here. It's just the reality of things. But yeah, on the Oscar Allen thing, I do think he is going to Hawthorn at this rate. I don't believe anything that he said in his press conference saying he wants to look to stay at the Eagles. I think it's bullshit. I mean, Oscar Allen, the fact is he's playing terrible footy. He's not getting good service at all. And I think from what I've heard with the numbers that Hawthorn are looking to offer him, which is apparently more than West Coast, which is insane to think, I see this happening. And if you want to talk about the numbers to do with Harley Reid, and you're going to be like, well, surely Hawthorn don't have the salary to get him. The thing is, by the time Harley Reid would play for Hawthorn, which would be 2026, that's only 5 years away from the salary cap going up. And it's supposed to go up 35 to 45%. So they could give him like a 10-year deal, literally a 10-year deal, where the first 5 of the years are like maybe 700 to 900 a year. Nothing too crazy. It wouldn't put him in like probably the top 50 highest paid players. But I think the next 5 years, he could be like on the 2 million per year type of thing, especially when the cap goes up and they will have an extra 35 to 45% in salary. And if the highest paid players are on 1.5 to 1.6 this year, that means by then they'd be on the 2.5 to 2.6. Don't be surprised if Hawthorn, as soon as that 6th year starts, it's like 2 mil, and by the 10th year it gets to like 2.5. It's just the legit reality we're living in. But yeah, Oscar Allen as the captain meeting with Sam Mitchell is so disgustingly bad for Oscar Allen. I just can't comprehend how stupid that whole entire situation is. And I mean, the guy just to me couldn't be more obvious in him wanting to leave. So it's a massive disaster. I feel like this Harley Reid and Oscar Allen situation right now is great for Hawthorn, really, really bad for the Eagles. But yeah, if Harley Reid does request a trade to Hawthorn, the Hawks would have to give up, let's just say, Carlton's pick 5, their future first, probably their 2nd round pick this year or next year, and probably legit a player. And you might think that's a lot for a guy, but it's really not for Harley Reid. And with Hawthorn wanting to contend for flags, if you added Harley Reid and Oscar Allen, none of those picks would ever matter. So yeah, it's going to be a massive haul, especially for Eagles. If they got pick 5, a future first, and the players and a 2nd round pick, I mean, that is massive. And considering they'd have Oscar Allen leave, you'd basically have Hawthorn giving you pick 2 as well. So you'd have pick 1, 2, and like 5 straight up. Just insane to think that that's the stacked draft overhaul that West Coast could have as well this year. So a lot of really interesting things very much going on. Again, I would really like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions down below on Oscar Allen and Harley Reid. Do you guys think both of them are going to Hawthorn, or what do you think is going to be happening? Again, subscribe to my gaming channel, which will also be getting linked in the description down below. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot if you guys, of course, did that. Again, we're nearly at 10k subs, which is just crazy, to think. Crazy to me as well. Again, don't forget to please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.